It's Hossein Nayeri. Running and doing whatever he wants is working out for him. No one chased him when he ran.
He's in Iran for about a year, and he decides he's going to sneak back into the United States, which he does.
After literally fleeing the country to escape the case, Nayeri got what looks like to be a slap on the wrist, essentially.
He gets a reduced charge, and he's released from local jail.
Which is pretty good, given that you were charged with vehicular manslaughter while intoxicated.
Very fortunate, yes.
A few years later, Nayeri's back in town. At this point, Cortney is attending Cal State Fresno, and they reconnect.
He would pop into my life and pop out of it, and pop into my life and pop out of it.
According to Cortney, in the beginning it was fine, but it started to get contemptuous.
He'd say, "You're too fat, your nose is too big, your breasts are too small, your butt's not big enough." Little comments here and there that he starts to break you down as a person, as a woman, making me feel bad about just everything, and at the same time separating me from my family emotionally.
You see this very dysfunctional, sick relationship between the two of them.
It just like broke me down.
There was pushing and shoving before, but as time went on, it got worse.
Apparently, the fights got so loud that sometimes neighbors would call their property manager. It got to be pretty extreme.
I didn't really know what to do. I mean, my parents don't have any idea that we're together, and none of my friends know. I thought I loved him. I didn't realize that what I was experiencing was not at all love. I remember one time he was mad at me. He bit my arm so bad that my entire arm turned black. And then he started to get really violent. I mean, it was crazy. Throwing me on the ground and putting his foot on my neck. At this point now, I'm absolutely petrified of him. It escalated to being, weekly.
And you still married this guy?
Yeah. Yeah.
You married without your parents knowing?
Married without my parents knowing. I was completely alone in this world, and the only life raft I had in any sort of way was him.
At one point, it becomes so bad that Cortney calls the police on Hossein.
You pinned her to the floor, put her in a chokehold, and threatened to kill her with a box cutter, purportedly.
Oh, no. I screwed up really, really bad. I grabbed her arm really hard. I left fingerprints on her arm. Okay. Never before have I touched her. Never again did I touch Cortney after that. Never.
He said he touched your arm once or twice.
He's a complete liar. Finally, I just couldn't take it anymore, and I called and I was like, fine, I'll press charges. He gets a deal.
He got anger management classes, and the case was dismissed.
He doesn't have to go to jail, and he doesn't even wind up with a domestic violence charge on his record.
The more he would get away with, the more of a monster he would become. His attitude was like, I can get away with anything you want to.
And you took him back?
I felt like I had nowhere to really go. And that's exactly where he wanted me, was trapped. It was more like, I could kill you, I could kill your family. I was in jail now. If he was out of jail, I was in jail. I was in Hossein jail.
At this point, according to Cortney, she's basically living a double life. In the outside world, she is attending law school, on her way to a respectable career. But at home, she is totally under the control of Hossein Nayeri as he hatches this plot to steal that supposed $1 million.
In 2011, him and Kyle reconnected. That's when Kyle moved in with me, and the two of them got into, business growing marijuana somewhere in Long Beach.
So let me get this straight. The husband that your parents don't know you have, his best friend moves in with you so that they can do a pot business together.
You got it.
Cortney funded everything, and she was funding it through her parents' money.
Law school is expensive, and her parents are helping her pay for that. And really what she's doing is she is financing Hossein Nayeri's marijuana business through her father, unbeknownst to the dad.
One of Nayeri and Kyle's customers, that medical marijuana dispensary owned by the man we are calling Michael. Now, remember, Michael liked Kyle so much that he invited him on that wild, all-expenses-paid trip to Las Vegas.
He's paying with a big bundle of cash. That's a dinner bell to somebody like Kyle Handley.
After seeing how much cash Michael is throwing around, Kyle Handley and Hossein Nayeri must have thought, we can get that money.
They do a little bit of math and they think he must have at least $1 million in cash. It comes out of thin air.
Where in the heck did these people come up with the $1 million figure? None of this ever had to happen.
So they devise a scheme to track the movements of Michael to find out where he's putting all of his money.
They want to know everywhere Michael's going and who he's associated with.
They have cameras on Michael's home and cameras on his parents' home.
They buy some cheap GPS equipment from a website and they surreptitiously attach it to his vehicle.
He's able to follow his every move. He's able to see tracking symbols, beeping, icons.
I mean, it was an obsession. He was obsessed.
One day, Nayeri is glued to his computer screen, and he calls out for Cortney. Come look, come look.
He goes, he's going out to the desert. He's driving all over this desert.
Looking at the map, he turns to her and says, wouldn't that be a good place to bury money?
And I said, yeah, maybe, sure, something like that.
He feels this is his big moment. That's the place where the money is buried.
Really? That's the conclusion you reach? Like, is it in a wooden chest? It's cartoonish.
It turns out the reason why Michael was in the desert was because a casual acquaintance was trying to get him involved in some superfluous real estate deal.
That one moment is what changes the lives for everyone. They're going to kidnap this individual, drag him out there, and have him dig it up for them to take.
But just 1 week before they try to pull off this savage plan, a totally unexpected twist. Nayeri is driving in Newport Beach when suddenly he sees that police are trying to pull him over on a traffic violation.
He had been drinking and police were going to pull him over, and he gets into basically a high-speed chase and flees. And, law enforcement's looking for him.
But Nayeri has left something behind in that car that is soon going to become huge. And the police launch a plot not even the master criminal Hossein Nayeri sees coming. It's a trap, and Cortney is the bait.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.